been on the road for most of that time. They're here in the UK playing to sell-out audiences at London's Wembley Arena. So welcome to Danny Wood and Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block. Good morning to you. Giggling away there, giggling away. Now, Hilary Jones referred to you there by saying that you're good, you know, clean-living boys and all, and you don't smoke. So you have no vices at all, both of you? No?
No, we don't smoke. Definitely, but
drug-free.
Drug-free. Well, I'm pleased about that. I'm pleased about that. Although this sort of image that you have of being terribly clean-cut and, you know, terribly decent living boys, has that been a bit of a handicap to you? Because people then are always going to try and find things and try and find out that you're really not.
Well, it's not really been a handicap because it's not really what we call ourselves. We don't really call ourselves. Hey, that's me, Danny Wood.
I think they got that wrong there.
That's all right.
I think we got that wrong
Same
there.
difference. Anyway, you know, we don't really consider ourselves to be clean-cut, and you know, we just consider ourselves to be positive-minded people, you know, and drug-free people, you know, and we don't feel that to be a handicap to be drug-free and to be positive-minded. We feel that, you know, to be a blessing, you know what I mean, to have the strength in this day and age, you know, to be drug-free and to be positive-minded, you know, that's staying a step ahead of the game, you know what I mean? So people can say what they want, but we'll always be a step ahead, you know.
What about all the stories that we saw coming out of America? I mean, it seems that anything you do, anything you do at all makes headlines. The stories about the alleged arson or something in a hotel. What was all that about? Because we got such a confusion. We got such a confused version of that.
Well, that was the world famous arson with no fire case. That was promoted all over the world. You saw all this talk of arson, but there was absolutely no fire.
What was it? High spirits on your part? Was it just you just having?
It was just goofing around, and it was just a lot of people really not being able to deal with the pressures of hordes of fans and hordes of press, and you know, people who just weren't used to that hysteria, panicking in a time that really didn't deserve too much panic. You know what I mean? And people reacting to a situation of goofing off, which is exactly what it was, and making it something much more serious than it was. It was like, I turned on the news the next morning, you know, after the alleged fire, and it says, Donnie Wahlberg faces 20 years in jail.
Yes, you read that. I mean,
and I was like, 20 years in jail for what? And it says first-degree arson. I said, oh, arson. And they said I tried to burn a hotel down, which was full of my family members, band members, road crew. Our whole entourage was in the hotel. And they're saying I tried to burn it down to endanger the occupants, which 90% of the occupants were with me. You know what I mean?
Well, Danny, how do you cope with it? I mean, how do you cope with the fact that anything that you do, doesn't matter what you do, it's going to make headlines? I mean, did you believe that when you were struggling away, that when you became successful, this is what it was going to be like?
I never thought we'd get to the point we're at, so I never imagined what the press would be like and stuff like that. But basically, I mean, something like that was hard for him to deal with, because there's basically people just taking cheap shots at him. But when it's a group thing, and it really doesn't bother me when they write stuff, bad stories. I just let it, you know.
Do you ever read it, or do you just not even bother?
No, I just read the headlines and I don't read it.
You don't bother?
Really, too, it depends on how it's approached. You know, like tabloid journalism, that's funny. We're entertained by that too, tabloids and stuff. But certain writers every now and then try to, they overstep their boundaries, and you know, it's really something that you can take lightly or don't take lightly, and some of us in the group take it lightly and some don't.
If you respond to it, though, that in itself becomes a story, because that's what's happened this morning in the Sun. So if you actually respond to the criticism, they actually use that as a story, so they get more footage from it. Is that a bit of
extra stuff between me and my pal over at the Sun? He knows what's going on.
Now, you don't. We've established that you don't smoke and you're good, clean-living boys, but you suck on lollipops?
Oh yeah.
All the time?
Good for the breath.
He brushes his teeth.
Yeah, I brush my teeth.
We all brush our teeth. I don't need shit.
Were you being accused of not brushing your teeth?
No, but I'm saying to counteract the lollipops, I brush my teeth a lot.
You
know what I mean? Because I get a few cavities from these things.
Well, we're glad we've established that. Boys, thanks very much indeed for the moment.
We're going to go cook.
I know. I've heard this.
I'd like to know why Danny's dressed for a polar expedition at the top and a swimming expedition at the bottom. What's going on here, Danny?
No, I'm going to the gym after this.
He's got his kit with him.
Yeah, I got my gym bag.
Oh, how very relaxed.
Yeah, he put off the gym just for this interview.
What is the secret? What is in the bag?
Just, some water, my gloves.
some dollars in there. Look, I can see some American dollars.
Yeah, you know, some leftover notes and
What a mess.
birthday cards.
Terrible.
You know,
Slimmies.
Yeah. I'm going to the gym after this.
Right.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to run off Caerphilly, Kedgeree, in the shape of Rusty Lee. We'll take a break. Okay, there it is. Donnie, Danny, Rusty, all it is. And Caerphilly.
Good morning to you. Oh, aren't I lucky, all those screaming girls out there, and I've got them. Ah! Isn't great? Good morning to you. Donnie and Danny, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Donnie and Danny are going to help me to make a really traditional British breakfast. Do you want a cup of tea?
No.
Now, what it is, it's kedgeree, and that's haddock. Kedgeree. And kedgeree.
This is haddock?
Haddock, yes, smoked haddock.
Though.
Yes, smoked haddock. There's tea in it, yes, you can have some tea. And what we're going to do, we're going to do some rice. We're going to cook some rice.
Yeah, that's right.
But, yeah, this rice is basmati rice, and I'll show you. Basmati, do you know it?
No.
Do you like rice?
Remixed rice.
No, it's absolutely
Minute
fabulous.
rice.
Look, no, smell that. You have the flavour of it. Wonderful. Now, I'm going to teach you how to cook perfect rice.
All right.
And this is what you do.
You better turn that fire down, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Panicking. Oh, yes, okay, I heard. No. How to get perfect rice every time. Say you judge amount of rice in the pan, just put an inch of water, boiling water above it. Yeah,
Okay.
just an inch above it. And then you boil it rapidly.
Should we get the water?
No, I'm just going to tell you. No, you're frightened of fires. And so you boil it really quick and get it bubbling. Then you pour all the water off and wash it in cold water, right? And then you put a knob of butter in there and a tight lid and leave it on a very low cooker, and you will get perfect rice every time. It's time to cook, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
Can you put that over there? I'm not going to let you not work. Now, what we've got in the pan is an ounce of butter. And we're putting 8 ounces of rice in it.
I thought you cooked the rice in water.
Yeah, it's already cooked. It's the one I did before.
This right here, I didn't cook it.
No, it's all right. It's all right. This one's cooked. You're all right. You're safe.
Okay.
Then you put the 8 ounces of rice, and then that's the haddock that's been cooked for about 12 minutes in milk
The haddock's
or
not
water.
cooked this right here. Where you get this extra food from?
I've got to do about 3. Yeah. No, I do it. I prepare it. And you put that in there. That goes in.
All right.
And do you know what this is? That's it. Stir it around. That's your rice and your haddock, a pound of haddock.
Looks good.
Great, thank you. And in there we've got 3 eggs. That
3
goes in.
eggs.
Do you want to put that in?
That's 3 eggs?
Yeah, 3 eggs mashed together.
Oh, mash.
There we are. All that goes in. Where are you appearing? Come on, tell me, where are you appearing?
We're in Wembley Arena.
Wow.
We're doing a few shows over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
super.
Yeah.
Super, yeah.
Oh, and you
Can I
should come
put
down
this
and
in?
cook. Would you like to,
I'd
would you
rather
like to-
watch you. I'd rather come and watch. That would be
let's go out to eat. Let's go
Now,
have
Yeah,
dinner
I'll come.
together,
Yeah,
You
I'd
gotta
love
say
to have
what we
dinner
gotta put in
together.
next.
Can you hear this? I'm going out to dinner with the boys.
Yes.
That's put the peas in. Yowza, baby.
Where'd the
There you
peas
are.
come from?
Going. Peas pods. And then you put that in. The worst part about this meal is the cream. If you're on a diet, I'm sorry.
The
I'm on a
cream is
diet, so I can't get
Wicked.
with that.
Can't you eat it? Can't you have the cream?
Well,
Well,
put some fruit punch in there.
no, not fruit one.
Okay.
5 fluid ounces of fresh cream. And that mixes all up together and you cook it.
We're
I'll
not
turn it.
messing up your dinner.
You're not messing up
Breakfast.
anything. It's breakfast. It's an English breakfast.
Oh, yeah, English breakfast.
And we put in some dill in there.
What's dill?
Dill, this is dill. That is it.
All right, put it in. I'm sorry.
And then we put some chives going in there. But the best part about this, an unusual part about this recipe, is the Caerphilly cheese. That's Caerphilly cheese. Do you like cheese?
Caerphilly cheese.
That's right. It's lovely.
Oh, it
And
smells
that's
like
a hard cheese, and you crumble it. Look at that. Can we see him? Can you see him? And then that goes in there, and you stir it all together.
All right.
Yeah?
Some pepper, right?
Yeah, pepper. Oh, it's great. I've forgotten that. Put the pepper in. This is a great breakfast. Now then, and you can put some salt. Then it's ready to eat, but we haven't put any heat in that, and we've got one in the oven that I... Oh, hang on. Excuse me. Can you take this out the oven?
Oh,
I think I better the rice is going.
Okay.
Do excuse us, won't you?
Well, you better turn the fire down before you open it up.
Oh, you've got a thing about fire, this one.
Yeah.
And you then... Here we are. Yeah. Put this one over there.
Wow.
That's it. And this is the finished one. It's a bit hot. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Get it close up.
There we are.
Look.
And there we are.
Yeah.
And I've saved the carefully to put it in after. Careful, it's hot, it's hot. So there you are, look. And that's
the cheese.
Would you like to try some of this?
Wait, we got some taste testers. Come on. Come on. This is Randy.
Come on, then.
Randy.
Hi, Randy.
Dolomite
He's
Junior.
a bodyguard. I wouldn't mind him bodyguarding me.
We're going to taste test it.
Yes. Oh, why, do they have to taste it before you?
Yeah, in case it's poison.
Yes. Would you give the recipe while they're testing?
While they're doing that, we'll give the recipe. For Caerphilly kedgeree, you will need 8 ounces of rice, 1 pound of smoked haddock, 4 eggs, an ounce of butter, 2 ounces of cooked peas, 5 fluid ounces of fresh single cream, a tablespoon of chopped fresh dill, and a tablespoon of chopped fresh chives, salt and pepper, and 4 ounces of crumbled Caerphilly cheese. That's it there. There you go.
What's the verdict?
It's slamming. Get with this.
It's great.
91 remix.
Make sure you add more.
If you want the recipe right, you know, I'll do it for you.
Thank you, Rusty.
You're welcome.
Did as well there.
Rusty will now disappear with the bodyguards, and we will meet Donnie and Danny after the break. How does it mix with kedgeree, lollipop and kedgeree, Donnie?
Well, it's all right.
It's a natural mix. You fellas know, you know, so much is written about you, but only you yourselves know how you think, and let's not talk about 10 years' time. Let's talk maybe 2 years' time. You, Donnie, what's your concept of what you would like to happen to the group, where you think you'll be?
Well, I think it's, we would just really like to really just be happy really in 2 years. That's really all you can ask for.
Yeah, but how do you achieve happiness?
Well,
I mean, happiness is the most elusive
Really
thing
by just doing what your heart tells you to do, and trusting your instincts and trusting your judgment. You know, it's like with so many people watching everything you do, and so many people, you know, influenced or reacting to everything you do, it's very easy sometimes to try and let other people, you know, dictate what you choose to do with your career.
Do you feel manipulated? I mean, have you felt manipulated
No,
at any stage?
not at all, not at all. But it's easy to say, well, so many people, you know, like the group, maybe we better do what they expect us to do. But that's not what got us here. We did what we wanted to do to get us here. We did what we felt was right to do, and that's, you know, people accepted that. So that's what we need to keep on doing.
I mean, the easiest thing to think is that looking at you guys, you know, like you're living a dream. It looks fantastic, and everywhere you go, you appear to be popular. But often the reality that you only find out years later is that it's actually very unhappy, because you don't have privacy, you don't have a lot of control over what you do. Everywhere you go, you're watched. You can't even go to the local co-op or supermarket to get what you want. Where do you stand? Somewhere in between?
We've always just been 5 guys from Boston who grew up, you know, in the city and stuff. So I think we try and maintain that and not let all the hysteria and everything go to our heads and stuff. We try and have fun with it, and we're like, just, you know, going with the flow. Yeah, I'd have lots of fun. And I go home and I do all the things I used to do, you know, and sometimes people bother me, but you just have to cope with that. You got to take the good with the bad.
But you're in England. What more would you see other than the stage, the hotel rooms, and Heathrow Airport?
We were out all day yesterday, eating fish and chips and shopping, hanging around, just walking around and, you know, talking to people and stuff like that. Really, it's tough. There's a lot of people, you know, chasing you and this and that, but if you, you know, dictate your lifestyle and don't let your lifestyle be dictated, you can enjoy all this. I enjoy going grocery shopping now more than I did when they were success.
I tried to sign up the Osmonds yesterday and failed. But I understand your management's in doubt, and I've got a contract awaiting. But am I too late? Are you very rich already?
Well,
We're comfortable. We're able to take care of our families. Really, that's the way we look at it, you know. It's like we have big families, and to be able to have them live comfortably is really what's exciting about all this. Before you make money, you want cars, you want jewelry, and you want all that. But when you get it, you realize it's not what's important. You know, being able to take care of your family, the people who support you, that's what gives you the greatest pleasure out of all of it.
Same discovery?
Definitely. I mean, that's all you know, I dreamed about buying a car and doing this and buying that.
Big swimming pool.
And I own a Jeep. That's about it. And I took care of my family. That's what's most important.
Listen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Girls are out there on the forecourt. Donnie and Danny. Where are the other three? Still in bed?
Oh, yeah.
Probably, yes.
We're
Lazy, aren't they? Lazy.